Imagine you were with
No, I can't imagine it.
yeah, that's 39 with a new baby by a 22-year-old people.
Oh, she has a baby by him?
Yes. I think this lady is she's playing her part. I think she's doing exactly what she's supposed to be doing. She's, you know, I mean, it's a lot of desperado going there. She's very
Oh
fucking
my
desperate.
gosh.
Hey, people, you already
Don't.
Tribe. Hey, Tribe Nation, we gonna filter out that bull. Tribe Nation, baby.
Yes.
Tribe Nation. We're gonna filter this mother loving bull.
You always say about double standards. Don't have one when it ain't in y'all's favor. Both people, consensual adults, if they are, shut it up.
Now
That's all I gotta say.
You see this? People, do y'all see this? We ain't even got halfway in the show yet, and Miss Cat already justified that it's okay to be okay. Okay.
It's okay to be a cougar, yes.
It's okay to be a cougar, right, Miss Cat?
Like, I wouldn't date somebody younger than me, but not no 15 years.
How young would you go, Miss Cat?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what they look like, what we look like together, what they do for a living, what they personality is like. You know what I mean? I just couldn't do it.
Mars says, hey, it's their decisions. He says, hey, it's their decisions if they want to be with each other. Hey, that's the point. It's not that they want to be with each other. It's that she was on a come up here. She was looking for a come up. What the fuck a 22-year-old could talk to a 40-year-old woman about? Like, I'm 22. What the fuck did I talk to a 40-year-old? There's nothing. Yeah. I'm into other shit at 22. You know what I mean?
But she doesn't look like she's 42.
So, it don't matter if she looks, but that.
No, I'm just saying she looks great.
That pom-pom is her.
She's probably better than most girls his age because she knows her body.
Right, but she's been with like damn near half of the industry. So, ain't nobody like, you know what I mean?
I don't know her business now. I don't know.
People will make their money how they want to make their money. So, I ain't knocking. I'm not knocking.
I don't know why she wasn't like, look, you need to marry me. If we're going to be doing the family thing, then.
Really, Miss Cat?
What? I'm just saying, if you're going to have a baby, then why wouldn't you want to marry the boy?
People, hit that like button. Y'all there, hit that like button. We're going to get into it. Miss Cat, I don't understand why would a 39-year-old woman want to marry a 22-year-old man.
Because she's having a family with him.
Not even past puberty yet. I mean, life puberty. You know, you gotta go.
That would secure her lifestyle and bag.
Oh, there we go. Come on. Tell me that.
No, I'm not saying it like gold digger type. I'm saying it in the fact that you have a kid by him. You're having a baby, like that's a family. So why not just be a real family and make it work?
Come on, he can't turn a hoe into a housewife, Miss Cat. This doesn't.
Who's the hoe? Him? Or
now he's the hoe? No,
I didn't know who you were referring to as the hoe. Was it her, him? I don't know.
She's had many relationships in the industry, and he just got in the industry. So there's
that doesn't mean he hasn't had many relationships.
Come on, he's 22. You mean to tell? Come on, Miss Cat, really?
Yeah, boys be getting started early these days. If he was a high school star,
what does that have to do? High school?
What if he slept with all the girls on the cheerleading team, and then he went to college and slept with all those girls?
Is she really equating some cheerleaders to the actual industry of entertainment?
It doesn't matter. Too many knots on your bedpost is too many knots on your bedpost. Doesn't matter what industry they work in or don't work in.
Miss Cat, I'll tell you this: 10 cheerleaders don't mount up to 100,000 baddies that you're going to see in a matter of a week. It just doesn't, you know what I mean? It just doesn't equate. It's a whole different type of caliber, right? It's a whole different type of caliber of females thinking, you know what I mean? You got half of the female game is about coming up on these type of cats, you know what I mean? Type shit. So I get it, you know what I mean?
So if she only dated 10 NBA players and only slept with 5 of them, she's used up. But if he slept with 30 girls, but they're not in the industry, he's not used up.
No, that make him a great slut maker.
Oh my God, make it make sense. Okay. Yeah. No.
It's double standards.
Yes, because she might have only dated and slept with maybe 5 basketball players in her whole life, and now you done threw her up under the train like she's some,
Hey,
come on.
all I'm saying,
5 people in all your life, that's not somebody who has a lot of like baggage. That's just somebody who was trying to work stuff out and people wasn't trying to work it out with her.
All right, well, people, here's a 4-minute video that we're gonna kind of go back and forth with. I'm going to stop it if you want me to stop it, Miss Cat, at any point. You know, you like, hey, stop it right there. I want to respond to that. Feel free, but either way it goes, she go get this work. I feel like like people are not feeling it. People are going against it. People haters. Are having. It's not haters. It's just like if it was you, like, would you do that? Like,
I wouldn't do that though. But this ain't me.
Okay, so when are we going to say like, okay, enough is enough, lady? Like, you know, I see you trying to get to the bag or whatever, but you obviously trapped this little boy.
Oh, please.
Come on, she
did not take the turkey baster and throw it up in her. So stop. Like, stop it.
Oh, Miss Cat, you think a 22-year-old boy? See, when y'all be saying, oh, he just wants a younger girl because she's stupid and she's naive, right? Same way, right? Right? Same way, older woman looks. Well, in this case, looks at this young man and be like, "I'm gonna get him."
No. Do you know why older women date younger men?
So they can feel wanted?
No, because they're usually better in bed than older men.
Oh my God. Why. They have no experience. Like,
God, that's what you think. They have more energy. They can last longer, and you can send them on their way.
Oh, so you tell me about experiences, huh? So
no, I'm just telling you. I know what older women like. I know.
Let's talk about this, Miss Cat. What are the experiences?
Older men cannot last like a younger man can. So let's not like try to front and act like, it's not the same.
Well, we're going to get deep into it, people, on the Gasmasktribe TV Podcast, where we filter out that bull. People, make sure y'all understand that. I think it's tomorrow we'll be shooting. Is it Real Bros tomorrow? So y'all get the Real Bros podcast tomorrow. And you get the Set the Tone podcast. We just notified that today. Also, people, it has been told to me that on June 2nd, there will be a live event that you guys can come to on June 2nd. That would be a full-on performance by Dirtyharvard and the whole band. Actually, I'm putting on a few acts. So, and then I'm thinking about see if we can get Miss Cat to come host it. But we're getting, you know what I mean? gang.
I sure will. Know. Where's it at?
Huh?
Where's it
Los
at?
Angeles. It's in Los Angeles. You know where the 10 in La Cienega is?
Yeah. Isn't that by the new I'm thinking of
there's a church over there. That new church is over there by TD Jakes. His daughter or some
shit. Oh, his daughter.
Yeah, she has a church over there, literally right on the corner of that shit. But
yeah, I'm thinking of over there. Isn't that where there's like a McDonald's and a coffee bean?
Yes, ma'am. And then this Bikram studio that used to be there. Used to be Bikram, like a yoga
Isn't that
studio.
church 1 LA? They took over 1 LA?
Yes, ma'am. Hallelujah.
Who was wow, I thought there was another pastor there.
Yeah. And so we actually, the show would be down the way from there. So actually on Venice Boulevard. So, but it's closer to the thing. But it's going to be a beautiful event. It's going to be a 3-day event. You guys will see me talking about it more often. I'll be having more promo and all that good stuff. And then you guys can get tickets. And I'll give you guys more info and about how the show is going to come along and what the show is about. Anyway, set your calendars. June 2nd, people. It's actually going to be a 3-day event from May 31st to June 2nd. So keep your calendar. But let's get right into it. Chit, gang.
Stuff. Yeah. Let's just cut to the chase, right? This has been trending all weekend, so I got to get you guys' thoughts on it. Draya Michele announced she's pregnant with Houston Rockets player Jalen Green. Draya is 39 and Jalen just turned 22. How do you guys feel about her announcement?
I'm gonna let Killer go first. Let me say this. I love Philadelphia. Philadelphia has been extremely good to me my whole life. So, I mean, I'm happy for Draya. Actually, I think I'm happy for it. That's what I could start with. And let's see what Killer takes it.
These old bitches got it, man. these old bitches, these old bitches don't stop, boy. Yo, listen, man. The best way to describe this is that only way I could describe it for what's going on out here is that these kids, these young basketball players was kids, and they watched these bitches on TV growing up. It's like this, Murder. It's like, and I'm not saying, and I don't even know if it would be a stat or if I would have a baby with this person or anything, but it's almost like, yo, I bagged Felicia Rashad, right? you know, I got Bill Cosby's TV wife. If we was younger, I'm talking about when we was 21 or 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I went and got Felicia Rashad. You know, I'm like, yo, bro, you can't get mad at the female, first of all. Second of all, if Draya announced it, my question is this: did he co-sign it? That's the question.
That's a good statement, Killer. What is he saying?
Right,
is he happy?
Right.
If he likes it, pause. I love it.
Right, exactly. You know, this may be an embarrassing moment because you got to realize the mothers of a 22-year-old or 19 at 25 is around, similar to our age, I would say. And it's like, you got to realize, you know who we really would like to talk to? Jalen Green's parents to see if they approve. Because they like.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
I mean, what you think?
Well, I was going to say that, like, what does his parents say? Like, they may say, hey, we love her. She's very nice. She's a good person. And if they say that, it's kind of like all of us needs to kind of like pause and shut it on up. But if they're like, no, we're absolutely against it. We absolutely don't think that was cool. That's another story. So it'll remain to be seen. He may have always dated older women. We don't know his whole situation,
He's only 22. Like, really? You think he dated a lot of older women?
I mean, what I'm saying, what if his last girl was 27 or 28 or, we just don't know his history of like what he dates. That's a big age gap though. But there's guys who are 39 that marry 22-year-olds all the time and no one says anything. So I don't know. To me, it's like he's legal. So that's their business.
Do you want any more kids or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship.
It's a fucking check to her. It's a fucking check. She had. So I'll tell you about this.
Wait, but was that conversation relating to that boy, or you just found a clip from 2 years ago? Like I was
going. Well, technically, I was just going off the mindset of what she thinks about having kids, and
okay,
even really want to be in a relationship. And as you can see right there, it's not really the relationship; it's the kid. Right, that lets you know it's a check involved. And
we don't know where this conversation was had.
Well, you don't know how to fucking take care of kids because she had the issue with her son
with her mom
a few years ago, where she was out with Chris Brown and her child, was somewhere else being neglected, and she had a child taken from her, I believe, or something like that, through the court system.
Well, I know when she was on Basketball Wives, her son was living with her mom, but that's because she was like out here modeling and trying to like make it happen. And you can't have your kid in an environment when you're working late nights and all that. And it was expensive for her because she was like broke, you know what I mean? Like how all the other people in entertainment are. So she left the kid with her mom while she kind of did what she needed to do, but she was always going back, visiting him, bringing him here when she had downtime. That's the story that was told on the show, but that was like 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
So why even put yourself in that position and to like be okay? I'm gonna have 3 to 4 baby daddies by the time I'm 50.
I thought she only had one baby daddy.
I think she has a couple baby daddies.
What? I don't see that part. I thought she just had one son that was staying with her mom.
She has quite a few kids, if I'm not mistaken. I'll pull up the stats right now. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'll pull up the stats right now.
Because I used to watch Basketball Wives, and when she was on there, and she was very friendly, very nice. Like she was just a very nice person. So, and I think she got off because all the girls were like kind of mean and nasty acting. So she just kind of, if you're a nice person, you around a whole bunch of like people that's kind of coming for you. Those nice girls don't usually last on that show long. I've noticed.
Just so people understand and know what we're talking about. This cat is a professional NFL player now. He's the number 4 on the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green. His stats is, pretty decent. It's not like, he's a Kobe Bryant yet. He just started. I mean, pretty much he's a young guy. So we got to let him grow and get more and get his feet wet in the game. Meanwhile, while he's getting his feet wet at 22, he has a baby to take care of and be around and, his fresh start in the industry. Now, whether the baby mama that he chooses to have that with is suitable for that job, or he says, fuck it. I don't give a damn. She's 40 years old. I still have it. I love my baby mama. I never let her go. But if you notice that majority of cats always fuck with a certain type of female in these industries, like in the industry, like Sweetie would been around like plenty, you know what I mean? Like they always, like these dudes have no problem of fucking with the same type of chick. And I'm in awe, like I be okay. So there's I'm gonna bring this up for you so you can see Miss Cat, so you can see a little bit more deeper. There was other people that did the research for me. I didn't have to do so much research. I thought it was great, There was other people that did the research for me, and this one of my channels that not my channel, but one of the channels I really like watching is Impressive Channel, which I think is a pretty good channel to, how she puts together things and how she does her research on it. But she made some good points and she brought out some cool facts. Also, why we talk about this issue, and also, people, I want to let y'all know about Jay-Z. I'm not a person. Yes, I'm a musician myself. I got music out there, blah blah blah. But I'm not, I'm not the person to be to align myself with the elites in a way where I'm a part of this special crew. No, I do not align myself with them. But so I don't have no problem with filtering out people's BS. You know what I mean? I think it's my job to be able to help out and filter people BS, So here's the video that I want to bring up.
Where do we get on Jay-Z? Like, how did that pop up in this Draya situation?
Yeah, I have some stuff on my list that I want to, show you, and it's all connected. You see how it's all connected. But here we go.
Did you find out how many kids she has? Because I think it's only one son, right?
Huh?
Did you find out how many kids she has? Because I thought it was only one son.
Here, I was pulling up this video. I'll bring that up. According, her latest son is 22, which is the same age as her new baby daddy, which is kind of awkward as fuck, though. It's kind of sickening. I don't know. It's kind of weird, sickening to me. But
what are you talking about? Guys right now that's dating women that's the same age as one of their daughters. Y'all acting like she 50.
She has she's a mom of Nico, which they call him 21, and son Drew, who is 7, home shares with former NFL Orlando Scandrick.
Wow.
So yes, she got 2 baby daddies. Now it's 3 baby daddies. She paid.
Ouch.
She paid. Oh, she paid. Oh, no. Come on with all that woman stuff.
No, I'm just saying ouch because it's kind of like, no woman wants that. Like, I don't think that's what she wanted for her life,
She didn't want 3 baby daddies for her life. Come on now.
Come on, who wakes up and says, you know what, I want 3 baby daddies, and I don't want to be married to nobody, and I don't want nobody to call me my forever. No one wants that. It just probably happened.
People are saying like, this doesn't make sense, Miss Cat. You're not, but that lady intentionally did that shit. 3 baby daddies. You didn't find one that was suitable enough. And then the last baby daddy put a restraining order on her ass because she was so fucking crazy. Come on. Yeah, okay.
No, he was playing mind games with her and messing around with a whole bunch of women. She went over there and started banging down his door and slashing tires. Don't try to act like, I hate when guys be like, oh yeah, she's crazy. What did you do to make her crazy? Because she wasn't crazy when you met her.
That's you fucking with me. Now you fucking with me.
That's what happens. Guys be telling you, oh, I love you, babe. You the one. And then you be seeing them with them somebody else next weekend. They out chilling after they done told you they love you and you're the only one. That can make somebody snap.
Okay. Check this out, though.
Do you want any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like 1, I think.
So like the person you're dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because I'm very non-traditional. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just 2 people say, hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like, let's just
really
see.
So you would do.
Well, who's paying for that kid? Miss Draya? Oh, I guess it's more. Okay.
Well, she said it best. Like, she's not into traditional relationships. So, if a guy's okay with that.
Remember all that. By the shit that she said, I know she's psycho.
Okay, why is she psycho?
She got to be somewhat crazy. If her last baby daddy, who was about to marry her, put a restraining order on that ass, and she says shit like, I believe we can co-parent and have a great relationship. We don't have to be in a relationship, but I want to have more kids. What is that? Why? Why do you want to have more kids, Miss Lady? Oh, well, because it'll benefit my pockets because the guys I'm fucking with are athletes and, higher up the echelon of the ladder, they have lots and lots of millions of dollars. And if I can have, more kids by these type of men, they'll be able to pay for the lifestyle that I really want and continue the legacy. Meanwhile, she got 3 baby daddies. I'm telling you, she wanted more baby daddies. This is hey people, this is America. And these hoes nowadays don't give 2 fucks. They fucking like niggas. They feel like, but they're winning more because they can fuck the motherfucker, have a baby, and then put him on child support and still live and go fuck another nigga and have a baby, and then put him on child support and then fuck another nigga and have a baby and continue the cycle, and they could become millionaires just off of child support. God damn, that pussy good. That pussy good in the motherfucker. Shit. And
the other side of that, of your scenario, is they're looking for love in all the wrong places. And these dudes is just playing them.
All right. Okay, so
I don't think that every woman who gets with a wealthy guy is like, oh yeah, let me just have kids and have, money from them. I think they want to continue the lifestyle. And they probably thought, okay, maybe this guy will finally be faithful. And they're just finding out that like they're not.
See, let me tell you something. See, not everybody can be. What's her name? Idris Elba's wife.
He's married?
Yeah, he's married.
Idris Elba, you're talking about?
Idris Elba.
Yeah, I was like, what is he saying?
I always hear people say, Idris Elba. You know what I mean? Here you go. I always hear people. I always hear people say Idris Elba, but I'm gonna play it right now. His wife is like, there's not a lot of women like his wife. Like she found a good dude. She kept her things up. She stayed equipped, and you know what I mean. He ain't around like fucking on her or whatever.
We don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You good. But you don't really see that with him, you know what I mean? So I and he's not out here tearing, I don't see that, you know what I mean? I just don't. So I'm just saying, I just find it really funny, that people can, think that it's okay. And when a guy, my whole point was bringing this today, people, was to filter out the BS on when a guy does it, he's looked at as a creep. But when a woman does it, she's looked at as, so I get the whole double standard, how women want to look at it. I get the double standards. I get it. But men, it's been proven fact that men are slut makers. When a man has when a man has plethora of punani, he considered, he's the man. When a woman have plenty dicks and tons of fucking baby daddies, she's considered a cum bucket. So
that's in your eyes. That's not how most people see that. I'm sorry to tell you.
Not my eyes.
Yeah, it is. Because like most women don't look at it that way. They look at it like, oh wow, what happened? And then they find out like, oh, this guy cheated. This guy was abusive. This guy was gay. Like there's situations why stuff doesn't work out. No woman's just like, oh yeah, let me just keep having babies by everybody, because they already know in their head like what they're gonna look like and feel, and no one wants to lay in the bed alone. So I just don't think everybody's like, oh yeah, I want to be by myself and just have babies by some rich guys. That's not the end goal.
Mars said many of those athletes are not experienced when it comes to the dynamics of nature of women and relationships. Shit! Remember the situation with Lala and Carmelo Anthony? She saw a come up from Syracuse.
Whatever. They both was like young when they both, wasn't she more popular than he was? Because she was like on the radio and stuff before he was like whatever.
Nah, she came up.
Yep, but she was way more popular and more wealthy than he was when he was, because remember she was on the radio and doing all that stuff before he became like who he was.
So what? But I don't mean that. Well, until a woman understands is that as she get older, it's not like she devalues. It's just that she's not as worth much as a man at her age. A man still, a man at 45. A man at 45 is more, who is in his athletic shape or whatever, is great to society in a way because he can work, he can build things, he can still. A woman at that age, unless she's really fit, would really be depending off her personality, her looks, her charisma. You know what I mean? Does she have a lot of baggage and things? It's not the same for a man in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you do realize that she's doing probably better than he is right now because he's not playing anymore.
Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. What is
do you really think this woman is making or is living a better life than
Well,
her
I
ex.
don't know. We don't know what businesses she owns. I know I've seen her in a few movies here and there. I know she's owned businesses. I know that she was helping him out with a lot of stuff. So we don't know like what the dynamic of.
I guarantee you that he is having a great life.
He didn't seem great because his new wife, I saw him on some show and he just seemed depressed or something. Like he just seemed like he was like, I'll settle for this, but I don't think he wanted to end it with Lala because they broke up so many times and got back together because he loved her, but she was just like, I can't take it anymore. Like that dynamic, to me, I felt like that was true love because they both like were really close.
In this case, at least Draya get it. Hey, I may not have you forever. At least I get a baby out of you and get some money. Okay, cool. Because she had a child by somebody who's like a part of the elite club, right? The one that makes millions and millions of years. And that type of guy is going to be exposed to a lot of other type of women.
Yeah.
And which a lot of other women are going to want to expose themselves to him. No matter if he has 100 fucking kids. That's the difference. Women would still have a baby by that man.
Oh, I know that, but that doesn't make it right.
But man, why hasn't she picked a suitable man? Or why hasn't a suitable man picked her? And she's already knocking 40, and no man has picked her to, you know what I mean?
We're assuming no man's picked her.
After 20 years? Come on. 20
All
years?
I'm saying is I don't think she had a shortage of men suitors. She's a very beautiful woman, and she was on TV, so she's known pretty much anywhere she goes. So she has no shortage of male suitors. Let's not get that twisted. She's probably picky.
No ring on that finger. Once she get a ring on that finger, then, you know what I mean? She ain't get no ring on that finger.
How do you know? You don't know how many people. No, what I'm saying is there might have been a lot of dudes that proposed marriage to her. Trust and believe. She's not no ugly fat girl or anything like that. So a lot of dudes was probably like, look, I want to marry you, I want to be with you. She probably was like, slow down, pump your brakes.
There was only one man that actually wanted to put a ring on that finger. Rich, mind you, like you said, she's not gonna fuck with just any type of guy. She's gonna be with somebody who's, you know what I mean, on that level, right? Well, this football player tried to marry her. Come to find out he couldn't. He find out she was nutty as dog shit. So I'm not saying the woman ain't suitable enough to be a wife. I'm just saying her intentions is not being a wife. Like she's not set up. She don't want to do that necessarily. She'd rather have babies by these guys. They send these fat ass checks home for child support. And she builds her name, make money off endorsements and all the other things. You get what I mean?
I think she's gotten hurt and she's settling.
Settling? You think she's settling?
Yeah, a lot of women do that when they've been hurt so much. They give up the dream of marriage and they're like, you know what? Because I've dealt with too many people that I gave my heart to. I had expectations and they blew it every time. So then they just settle for, hey, I don't need to be married to have a happy life.
Meanwhile, she's on the side still getting stuff. Okay.
I mean, it's
stuff.
Yeah.
Let's
Wait a minute. So I went to the comment section and she getting nothing but hype in that comment section. The girl saying she look good, she don't look a day over 25, she deserves it. Girl, there you go. Now let these roles be reversed. Jalen Green's 38 and Draya's 21. Y'all would be trying to start a war on this app talking about men are always dating younger women. They take advantage of them. Women don't know any better. But when one of y'all girlies are doing, you hype it up and you see no problem with it. Do you guys see why it's so hard for y'all to even try to have a double standard debate with men at times? Because y'all love when the double standard is playing into your favor. And to be honest, I really don't even care that Dre is doing this. To be honest, she's actually smart because the only thing she does is date athletes and she finesse them every single time. Honestly, I'm more mad at Jalen Green and the people that are around him for allowing him to even put himself in that position. I know he probably manifested that and had a crush on her since he was probably, 15, 16 in high school? Because, that's when Drea was in her 20s. That's not the point. But y'all love when this double standard, or y'all love when the favor is on y'all side, right? Okay.
Double standards is real, people. It's in their favor.
Like I said, I really don't care if a guy that's 39 dates a 20-something-year-old. I think that men should probably date or be with younger women because they mature faster. Women mature faster. But, you know, it can't be absurd. You know what I mean? I don't think a 50-year-old should be with a 20-year-old. That's a life-changing years. It's very different.
Not for a man, though. For a woman, yeah, but not for a man.
For a man, yes, because she's in her 20s. So by the time she gets to her sexual prime, he'll pretty much be dead.
That whole sexual prime ain't shit. It depends on the woman. You knocking that back out, making it come, you good. Making her have orgasm, squirt, whatever your fucking pleasure is, you good. All that extra stuff. A woman wouldn't even look. You give a woman a choice to be with a man who is sexually active and have a great sexual experience in the bed over a man who's never had sex. They'll take the dude who's a hoe. Big facts. So all that shit that they be talking about, he be fighting. Meanwhile, it's the same reason why you with the
nigga. I can't speak to that, but I just know that if you 20-something, by the time you get in your 30s, he is going to be looking a hot mess.
Not necessarily. That's not the case, though.
An 80-year-old dude is not looking hot. I'm sorry. No, stop.
I mean, cool, but he's 80. I mean, cool. He fuck with a woman that's 40, or he's still doing good.
Yeah, but I'm saying she would be in her 30s. That's what I'm trying to say.
So what? I mean, cool. He died. She gets somebody else. He died. She gets somebody else. I mean, I get that. I mean, I understand what you mean, but at least she's set up forever. At least she's set up. You know what I mean? For good. But no 80-year-old man, or you know what I mean, unless it's some beneficial point, you know what I mean, a woman's not going to take that on. She know that's her grandfather type shit. So I mean, it has to be some type of benefit there for the, you know, for them to be. I mean, shit, I'm not saying people don't fall in love and they don't. I'm not, you know, talking about that, but all I'm saying is, on a general scale, it's not happening.
I just think 5 years up, 5 years down is a good range for everybody.
Hold on,
He's like, you know what I mean? If you're 40 and you date a guy who's 35 or 45, that's like a good range because like you're not too far away from each other as far as like what you're growing and learning and doing. And men, same way. Like if you date somebody or with somebody who's 5 years younger or 5 years older, it's like cool. But once you start going out that ram, it gets a little bit tricky. Because she talking when she wants to go to the club and you like, can we just watch a movie and sit down? You know what I mean? It's a different vibe.
If she's, I mean, you find women who's 40 and they're bored that their husband don't do that. Because they like, what the fuck are you 40? What the fuck are you doing out in the club? Like, you got fucking kids now already. Your son is having
saying that 5 year, that 5 year gap, give or take. That's good.
Cat, you'll find more women who is over the age of 30 are willing to go out and party more than the average man who's that same age is willing to go party. Happens all the time. Okay, cool. I'm 37, right? Most motherfuckers my age, unless they are in that lifestyle, they have it. Most men my age is not going out partying like that. So that's why a lot of them, crazy, because a lot of them don't have or not with chicks or whatever, girls or whatever. It's always like the active dudes. That's why the top 20% of men is fucking majority of the women. Because the majority of women in that age group is going out having party, and the selective of men in that age group is very small. Them they're slim to none, because all the other men are at homes getting ready for a job or getting ready to go do something active in their life.
That's the problem. They need to get out if they want to meet somebody. We already talked about this.
But not when the average
man. I don't know if you need to be at the club, but you need to be out doing stuff.
Well, it's kind of hard explaining that when the average man already understands the significance of going out to a club or going out to an event. He's going to spend money and dress in some clothes, but it's really for an attraction for the woman to feel good about herself and feel like she's wanted.
Okay, but there's no harm in that. Making somebody feel wanted.
Right. Nobody said it was harm in that. It's just that every man is so willing to just do that almost every weekend. You know what I mean? Come on.
I don't know. I just know if you grown and you two consensual adults, you do what you want. If you want to be with somebody way older than you and you happy, they make you happy, so be it. I have a friend like that. She's old and she dates younger guys and they like it. So
yeah, I mean, shoot, but it'd be hard for them.
It's weird, but
the problem is men has the access to relationship. Women have the access to sex. So when a woman wants to get married, it's a man that chooses to put a ring on that finger. The average, sometimes, I don't know, I'm not going to say the average young man, but I don't really see it being a plethora of young men putting rings on older women's hands. You know what I mean? On older women's fingers. It's not really likely. I don't see. Maybe in my own little corner of the world.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. Because I know for a fact that younger guys be liking older women, especially if you look good or you're successful. Because
there has to be something there.
Yeah, they want like a power couple type of thing, or they're like, oh, she looks good and she's mature. I'm tired of dealing with these young girls. Like, you be surprised.
Hey, I tell y'all this. Every man that I've talked to that said that same thing, that I'm tired of dealing with these blah 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 type of girls, they all said that I regret leaving that girl because I could have taught her or showed her how I like things to be run over than getting with blase blase, because you can't change someone who already like, no, I do these things like this and we should do it like this and we should do it like that, right? You can't. It's like, no, over than having a woman who's like, yeah, whatever, show me how you want this, and the dude being frustrated, like, well, you don't know how to do anything. And she's like, well,
exactly.
Right?
Frustrated. You don't know how to do nothing.
Those same dudes have told me they're like, yo, Biz, I should have stayed in that because by now I would have had the perfect relationship over than getting with someone that I thought blase blase, and now she wants to dictate my whole fucking shit because she felt like she's done it. She's already been tainted. And so a lot of women don't understand that. Like, you've been tainted from the last couple niggas that you got involving in your head that did you wrong. So a lot of times when you're dealing with somebody new and they're not no part of that shit, but most women tend to bring on those last issues. You know what I mean? Like those. I'd rather for a dude to get his heart broken than a woman to get her heart broken. Because at least a dude can learn something.
Because men don't kind of bounce back at all when they get their heart broken. They're just like,
but at least they're aware. That's the difference. Men are aware, so that brings them aware. So they be like, okay, cool. I know I can't do that. I know I can't do that. I gotta watch out for that. I gotta watch out for this. You know what I mean? Type shit.
I think when guys get their heart broken, they never treat women good after that.
Well, when a woman gets her heart broken, it's different. See, a man could put his heart, like, a man could love a woman and be like, no, like, I love you. Like, you don't worry about a damn thing in life. My life is on the line for you. Blase, blase, I will show you. Blase, 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 whatever. Right? That's love from a man. That's how we project our love to you. Right? Y'all look at our love as like affection. You want this. You want to spend time, the intimacy, all of that. That's how you guys perceive the love from us. Right? And we give that. But when you
know, some men don't give that, and that's why they be by themselves.
No, sometimes they don't feel like, it's like, sometimes I get them. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes that shit could just be too much. Like you want your fucking dad. Like, go get your dad. Go be, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Like, we're grown ass people. Like, 1 minute you want that grown man, and then when I'm that all the time, it's like, no, I want you to be this. And then it's like, what the fuck? How do you want me to change from this to that and this when life doesn't work like that? You either on or you're off. We either going towards your goal and we're going to reach some things, and yeah, we're going to spend that time with each other. We're going to have those moments, but like, is that what we're doing all the time? You know, like, it's like you want your daddy, man. Like, the fuck? You
don't cuddle with your daddy. That's kind of weird.
Nobody's saying you cuddle with your daddy, but I'm talking about like, like you've never had those moments with a dad like that. Like you, like I want my, like, you know, I don't know, I'm not explaining it, but it's real, like, it's real where women who've never had that intimacy of dealing with their father in a way of, like, you know, going out to the park or spending time with your dad or going to eat ice cream, you know what I mean? Like those, like, shit that I do with my daughters, I take them out places, we have daddy and daughter days. When they get older, they're not going to expect certain things from a man because they already got that from their dad. They're gonna be like, no, be a man. Like, my dad did all those things. Like, if, you know what I mean? As far as making me feel special, as far as, like, my dad told me that, hey, the man you get with, he is not your father. So don't expect for him to do things like your father. You know what I mean? He's a whole different man. He was raised different in his house. So that's how fathers should raise their daughters in a way to tell them, like, look, I treat you a certain way because I'm your dad. Don't expect another man to treat you a certain way because that's, oh, well, my dad did it this way, or my dad blah 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 blah. So I believe
I totally disagree with you.
Right? You want to be treated. If a man treats you, you want to be treated like your father treated you. And I'm like,
that's
well, no.
what a father is supposed to train his daughter to show her how a man is supposed to treat her.
No, how does that make any sense? How does that make any sense to your son? To your son, right? Your son.
No, you said daughters and fathers.
Oh, okay, cool. But your son, look, a person's, let's just say your son is supposed to compete with his wife's father. Fuck no.
I didn't say that. I said she's supposed to learn how a man is supposed to treat her by her father. So you said you take her to get ice cream, you treat her with kindness.
Right, but opening the door,
you give her protection. Right, that's how she's supposed to. I ain't talking about he's supposed to, you know, be your dad, but you definitely need a man who's going to be what your father was, which is a protector and a provider and a comfort. And that's why women, if they never had that, they don't know to look for a man who has that kind of tenderness because they didn't have it. So it's very, very important for men to treat their daughters right so that their daughters know what to look for in a man.
It's just that the daughter should not expect for another man to do for her like her father would do for her, because he wasn't raised in that nature. He may have another way of doing things. He may know a certain type of way, unless he learned those things from her father, and her father said, yeah, this is how my daughter likes, blah, 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 blah. Then the son is aware on how to treat the daughter. But if he's never fucking taught that from the father, how to treat the daughter, then how the fuck you gonna ever fucking know? So you can't.
That's why you better get to know your girlfriend, boyfriend, family, parents. That's exactly why you should court and get to know, because the parents will tell you how that person is and how they need to be treated and stuff like that. So if you take heed,
but you know, the average man. The biggest thing in life is divorce right now. Like, motherfuckers divorcing left and right. People are having sex like it ain't nothing. As far as having babies, that's what I mean. People can do whatever the fuck they want. Have an orgy party. I don't give a fuck. But I'm talking about where it's just babies just popping all around this motherfucker, right? And nobody cares. Babies are now giving us trophies now, not knowing that these little motherfuckers gonna grow up and be like, my mom had me because of a fucking check. There's going to be an era of kids that we're going to need super fucking serious mental health for, because these kids are going to discover that my mother had me as a check. I was a check. That's all I fucking was. A check. So my mom literally used me as a motherfucking guinea bag. Like I'm a fucking piggy bank to her. There was a video I was watching earlier where the 12-year-old daughter, George Bush fought. But there was it was a video I was watching where a mother was talking to her 12-year-old daughter, trying to get her to do a TikTok video. And me and Tone was watching. I'm like, that's some fucked up shit. She was like, you know, we could get the bag. We can really get the. I'm like, but your daughter's 12. She gives two fucks about like being on fucking social media and whatever. No, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the fact that sometimes, you know, women are just doing it for a check. When these kids are going to grow up and notice that. And when they know that, because they're going to see it all in the tabloids and all in the media. Hey, when you were 10 years old, your mother had you, blase, blase, blase. And then when they look through the bullshit, they're like, Mom, you just fucked him just to get a fucking, like, I'm a fucking child support check to you? That's nuts. That's crazy. It was nothing on love.
I think you're taking it way too far because nobody's going to say that to their mom.
Okay, cool. Whether you like it or not, that's exactly what's going to happen. Kids are going to grow up and start figuring out the bullshit, and they're going to be like, this is crazy. Because there's going to be too many of them.
You would think like that if their dad is teaching them something like that. And I hope and pray they don't do that.
Well, I'm showing you this. It's not that the fact that it was happening back then and it's happening now.
It was happening back then.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not the fact that just because it was then, it's now. I'm not talking about that, right? We already know this always happens. But the difference is, Miss Cat, is that it's a plethora of it now. It's like it just got there now. It just oversaturated now. Now every girl think they could just show up to the locker room, you know what I mean, show pussy lips and, you know what I mean, fuck them and get a baby. Like, it's normal now. Like, it's being considered as a normal thing. I'm just saying, when one of these kids are going to snap, and when they snap, they're going to be like, my mom literally did this on account of a check. I'm not important, Mom. You didn't love him. You didn't make me off of love. You didn't make me off of a real marriage. I wasn't that important to you. I was a check to you. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I just think the moral aptitude of men and women are failing us, and that we need to get morals back. And the nature and structure of marriage as we know it has been destroyed due to people, believing that certain people can marry certain people, and that's called marriage, and that marriage isn't needed, and men aren't needed in the home, and women can do it all by themselves, and all these ideals and moral behaviors are destructive. And that's the bigger concern, not a kid being a check, but the moral aptitude of people. So
I think she could have in a fairy tale world, I think she could have met a great man that matches her whole aura, have beautiful kids, live in a nice estate, maybe a cabin in a nice woods, off in the fucking, I don't know, remote place or whatever. They could be there, but she don't want that. Yeah. But she don't want that. That's not something that she wanted. But I believe she can. I believe she could have had. She's a very beautiful woman. Could have met a very great guy who would have gave her all of those things she's looking for. But when you look at her,
it's easy once you've been with like successful people.
No, because you got fucking society telling women that you don't have to be bound to just being that. You can be this and that and this and that. And then when they get older, they end up fucking finding out they wasted their fucking time. They wasted all that fucking time and all their body and blase blase for the count of a fucking dollar, coming to find out they can't spend it like a man. Because it's two different fucking worlds. Because at the end of the day, you got to pay a man to come protect you. You got to pay a man to come build that house. You got to pay a man to come do the damn plumbing. You got to pay. Come on, man. You would never... it's the whole thing. It's like, why not just say, hey, let me take my most beautiful years and seek out, or have the suitable man to seek me out and to find me as a great enough wife, and to say, hey, put a ring on it, and I build and be with that man. However,
maybe she tried to find somebody and they couldn't build anything together because he was busy.
Build anything with her. You have to be suitable enough to be built with. Like, I have to be able to build something with you. And these cats all build up. They are millionaires. What's wrong with you? It's an equal opportunity in this motherfucker.
Okay, but how they become like an athlete? That's a different kind of billionaire, because they're not really building. They have a talent.
Tom said, Miss Cat gonna be my sugar mama. That's all I know.
I am nobody's sugar mama. You better come with what you can bring to the table.
He said he be talking to God lately too, Miss Cat. He on it. I'm on it.
No, but it's just I think that you're always very to the left with your thoughts, and I'm always in the middle.
There's no middle.
There's no extreme anything, right? Because a lot of these guys who are millionaires.
Wait, hold on.
Let me finish my thought.
Baby or a baby?
Let me finish my thought. A lot of these men who are millionaires are not that bright when it comes to, investing and keeping their money and finding the right woman and all that kind of stuff. They're not that bright. So you're giving a lot of these men a lot of credit for stuff that they really aren't that bright with.
I didn't give them credit at all. Did I give niggas credit?
Yeah, you did. You said that. Yes, you did.
It didn't sound like it.
You said that they were building up and building. And a lot of these guys aren't building. They have to have people around them to help them build.
Hold on. Hold on. Do you understand what you're saying here?
You're not understanding what I'm saying. If you look at most of the people in the NFL, most of the people in the NFL and all that stuff, they're not doing. They're not. We're not talking about sports. We're talking about building. You said building. You're not building because you got 5-10 years to make the maximum amount of money. What are you doing after that? There's people right now that were in the NBA that are sales reps at companies down the street from your house because they didn't have the right people in their life to help them build wealth. They spent it all on women and drugs and trips and cars, and then they didn't have anything to show for. So now the people that are smart enough to find women who are bright enough to help them build and create a legacy, that's a smart man, is to find somebody who's going to help me multiply what I have, not take it all.
Miss Cat, are you telling me that a man who worked himself and become the top elite sports athlete and get into the motherfucking pros didn't build themselves? Kobe Bryant didn't build himself.
No, I didn't say they didn't build themselves athletically. I said they're not building their wealth. Like, there's a difference.
That's how they got their wealth. The motherfuckers.
That's how they got it. But what happens when that's done? What happens when they break their leg and they can't play anymore? What happens if they have a heart attack and they can't do anything anymore? Do they have anywhere to put their money?
At the end of the day, I build myself to build that type of money and wealth for me to accumulate. You, or not you, Miss Cat, but Draya is just a piece of punani who's like, hey, and I'm 22 and I ain't never had no punani like that. And I ooze all up in there. And she knew it.
Yeah, well, you're thinking on the surface, and I'm thinking much deeper than that because you don't know what.
Did a trick move on this little nigga, Miss Cat. She did a trick move on him. Put that old wang on him.
I'm just talking in general about people who make their own decisions. Because if he was a bright guy, if she's who you say she is, right? He's not too bright himself. If she's what you say she is,
she's smart. She's smart.
I said if she is what you said she is, then he's not too bright. Look, you just proved my point. No, he's not too bright. Because if he was a smart man and he was trying to build and he was all this, like you said, he would see that, hey, this person's not no good for me. So, like,
see, it was pussy, Miss Cat.
It doesn't matter. He's ignorant. If she's what you're saying, then he's the ignorant person.
Okay, I heard a very, very, very great quote before we head up out of here. It was very great that I heard. It's from a chick. She said, men are smart. She said, how you know men are smart? Because they treat you accordingly. If you're a hoe, they treat you like a hoe. If you're a wife, they'll treat you like a wife. If you know what I mean? So if you are this type of way and he's been with you for 5-6 years and he ain't put a ring on it, obviously he's telling you you're not wife material at all, right? But women don't get it. They think the illusion is better to believe in than the actual reality.
Well, let me just stop you there because here's the thing. Wealthy men will date a woman who is wife material and he will date her for as long as she allows him to because he does not want to settle down because his lifestyle is not conducive. That does not mean she's not a wife material.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Fellas.
A dude who's wealthy ain't looking to settle down right away. Let's just be honest.
Miss Cat, majority of these guys, if you were wife material, these men would marry you in a fucking second. No man in his wild brain will let a woman who is wife material in his eyes. Remember what I said that? In his
I know
eyes,
what you're saying, and I'm gonna tell you how it really goes down. They'll put a ring on it, but they're not rushing to marry you. They want you off the streets and they want you in the house, but they're not necessarily trying to run and marry you tomorrow because their life is not where it should be. So you're talking from a man's point of view, but I'm telling you, someone who's dated who are wealthy, that's not how it works. Like they'll take you off the market, they'll put a ring on it. That does not mean that they're ready to marry you tomorrow because they know their lifestyle's not ready to be what you need them to be.
Right, but this is where
they'll put a ring on it.
Where women get it lost. Why? Because a man can literally tell you, "I'm gonna marry you," and depending on the woman, she'll be like, "Oh my God, no, you ain't. I don't know you." Blah, blah, blah,
they will, and they will tell you they'll marry you because they know you are marriage material.
Okay, because that's what he saw. Right? That's what.
Yeah, but if he's not doing it, they're still putting you on ice.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it, Miss Cat. Miss Cat.
I get it.
Miss Cat. No, you don't. Because if a man's going to marry you, it's probably he's going to marry you within that year. It don't take long for a man to figure out if you want to marry you.
Boo. No.
I'm telling you straight up.
No.
I'm telling you straight up.
That ain't how it works.
He wants.
Wealthy dudes ain't marrying you in no year when they got 3 girls. Wealthy guys is not marrying you in no year when they got 3 girls that are marriage material after him.
No, you think they're marriage material, but to us, she's not marriage material. She's a hoe. She's gonna turn out to be this. You know what? She may be marriage material, but I don't know. It depends on how she handles certain things. And my thing is, you can't let a woman just come in your castle and just start, running the dragon and running this and running that when you don't know how she's gonna keep this thing according. This shit has to be managed, right? So, man, facts. This shit has to be managed. Yeah, no, it is. So if you're building something with this man, you would know how to manage these things because you guys build something together. That's how you know how to manage the household and this and the bills and blah, 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 right? Period. That's when it goes back to a woman does not understand how men think. And once they do understand how men think, the ball game would change. There'll be a lot more women. Yes, there'll be a lot more women out here getting married. Facts.
If you're a decent woman, there's no problem with getting married. That's not an issue. You're always going to have somebody who wants to marry you if you're marriage material. It's finding the right person. You can. It's got all the dynamics have to be there.
Miss Cat, a lot of people are weak-minded, Miss Cat. I ain't gonna lie, I'm be straight up with you. A lot of people are weak-minded and they doomed to fall to the shit around them. So little shit pops off around them, and they be like, "Oh my God, no." Then they want to kill everything, knock this off, don't want to fuck with that person. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are just too weak-minded to withstand the triumph, to be able to triumph. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers just too scared. They're too scared to literally go through this shit. They're weak-minded. I ain't trying to put people out there, but fuck, there's a lot of weak-minded people out there willing to fuck over a whole great legacy for 10 minutes or 2 minutes of fucking dopamine. You get what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you know what dopamine is? You don't know what dopamine is? Oh, well, dopamine is a chemical. It's like a happy chemical that releases in your brain, right? It's like the thing that makes you feel happy, the thing that makes you feel,
So you're saying people aren't mature enough to handle their emotions, basically?
No, they're not. No, they're not. Yes, but they're not. Yes, you're right, but they're not mature enough to withstand, to go through things in life, to be like, okay, cool. They're willing to cut things off and go break up the marriage or go take this away or take that away. Nobody wants to fucking withstand through the fucking hardship. People are too fucking weak-minded to go through the hardship because they feel like it's going to cost me more time and more pain, not knowing that it takes an intelligent person to notice that they're going through the pain to learn from. It takes pain to be. I'm telling you, I know it's crazy. I know it, but people have to stop looking at it as pain as a thing that hurt me. Sometimes when we go through things, it takes a knowledgeable person to learn through that shit, to go through it and become more educated out of that, literally. And when we don't come educated out of our pain, we tend to do what? Go through more shit. But when you learn from your pain, You grow out of that and you become more intelligent to make better intelligent decisions. So that's the only things I'm saying. People are too weak to withstand the shit that they're going through. Ain't no fucking poster. This ain't shit that I'm saying that's new. This shit been said for years. It's old. It's old news.
I'm gonna just say this: women, don't listen to him. If someone is causing you pain and they keep on boom, boom, boom,
no.
You ain't here to be nobody's doormat. Don't let nobody cause you pain and unhappiness to the point where you can't function anymore.
Miss Cat, oh my God.
We ain't built to just go through pain. That's not.
No, Miss Cat. I'm not talking about no man beating on no woman.
I didn't say pain. You're saying pain. I'm saying emotional pain, physical pain, spiritual pain. Like, we're not built to just be taking pain all the time. That's not what we're called to do. There's ups and downs, yes, but you talking about, go pain and just deal with the pain and you learn from it. No, some people need to learn to walk away when someone ain't mature.
No, it's called discipline, Miss Cat. A lot of people aren't disciplined. No, they're not. Most people are not disciplined. Most people can't even withstand the shit that they're going through. So when little shit hits them, they fucking, oh my God, it hurts. I'm getting out of here. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about.
We'd have to look at that. We'd have to look at that, what the pain is. And are you married or are you dating? That's the difference too.
What if I'm dating to be able to, what if I'm dating to make this woman my wife, right?
And you going through pain?
She does some shit. She does some shit that just awkwardly makes things awkward. Then what you expect for me to do? Sit there.
It's only gonna get 10 times worse when you have to go through that every day and every year. So you better proceed with caution.
No, that's bullshit. Miss Cat, people can work things out. People can talk things out, Miss Cat.
True, they can.
As if they're
mature individuals.
As if they're, Miss Cat, really as if they're willing to have the conversation, to go through the pain of the conversation. Some people aren't willing to have those bold conversations. That's what I mean about those painful conversations, those painful things that we need to get through and stuff like that. I mean, and it could be like where a man is not having he's not getting it up every night, and a woman just feeling like she deserves more. You know what I mean? So have that conversation, people. Be able to have a conversation.
Some people don't know how to have those conversations. That is the problem.
No, that's not. But they know how to fuck. They know how to get together.
Yeah, a lot of people know how to do that. That doesn't mean they can talk. That doesn't mean they have a conversation. That doesn't mean you can take them to dinner and have a conversation more than 10 minutes.
No, you don't get what I'm saying. Because you're capable of doing all these other things, you're capable of having the conversation. You know what I mean? You just take the same energy and have that conversation. No, people choose not to because they don't want to go through that agony. They don't want to go through that pain or what it would feel like to even have that discussion, right? Do you know what it's like talking? Wait. Do you know what it's like talking to a man that have a porn addiction, and for him to have that conversation about the porn addiction? You get what I mean? But that's what I'm telling you. You can't withstand the pain. You ready to run.
No, because if he can't talk about it, that means we're never going to get anywhere. You can't live a life of just being with someone who's silent. It just doesn't work.
Miss Cat, if you married a man that has
who's silent?
If you married a man that has a sexual porn addiction and he can't be able to talk to you about it, then that lets you know where your relationship stand. That means y'all can't get through some of the stuff that we're dealing with personally. You know what I mean? People can. That's what I'm saying. We can't be so quick to just run out the door. Understand why he does it. Understand how can we make these things better. But nobody cares. Oh no, bitch, he cheated on you, bitch. Fuck that. Get the fuck on. Go find you another nigga. Not knowing that the nigga that she gonna fuck on cheated on his bitch with her. What the fuck? What the fuck? Nobody. What the fuck? Nobody gets it. Nobody sits there and just say, hey, let me talk to my man or let me talk to my girl about this situation and we can work this out and go through the pain and work this out, then cool, maybe things will be better. But if we can't, at least we can just let bygones be bygones, had the full communication of a conversation and understood that, cool, this is just what it is. So nobody is bringing that baggage to the other relationship, blase, right? I'm not saying anything that's new or that's unheard of. We've all heard these things. All I'm saying is sometimes you have to go back to the basics. Literally, you got to go back to the basics and understand Okay, cool. That means I need to be able to learn how to build with a person. So I have to really hear them out. I have to really see why they do certain things that they do. And they have to see me, right? And then that shit ain't being equal, right? Equal, right? Blase, then cool. Shit is fucked. That's why you're going to have Draya keep having babies. Her next nigga may be 18 years old. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
As long as he can communicate properly and they have a solid conversation and they're happy, who cares?
Miss Cat,
who cares?
And if that woman came and did your son like that, you would be hot as fish grease. You'd be like, why?
First of all, I would be meeting her. No. First of all, I would get to know that person.
Miss Cat, he's a grown ass man.
You wouldn't be attracted to someone that old anyway. Like, so
he's a grown ass man. He don't need his mom telling him where to put his pee now.
No, the point is that if you value who raised you, you're going to get their opinion if you value them. If you don't value your parents, yeah, you don't need their advice or their opinion because you don't value them.
People think hey, this has been a great show, people. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Man, hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. Wherever you're watching, please put in the comments where you're watching from so we can know where you're at and show you some love. Appreciate you for tuning in. Miss Cat, you got Tone over here shaking his head. He's like, God damn it.
He's shaking his head like this. He's like, yeah, Cat got it right.
People, we have been talking about it, Draya and Jalen Green and their new baby. One is 22. Jalen's 22 and got a new baby. Mama's 39. Come to find out this. I
hope it'll last forever and forever, and God will bless her. Get married and have more kids.
Hey, one day people be able to. My whole point was bringing up about the pain situation. People are not willing. People are too weak. I said that people are too weak. I said this. People. Nobody else said this. I said this. That people are too weak and they don't go through things to learn something from. They most likely run from things and run from their problems instead of talking about it. Me and Miss Cat was having a drastic, extreme conversation about a man having a porn addiction. And
no, we weren't talking about that. He was talking about that, y'all. I wasn't talking about no porn.
You said run. You said run, girl. Right? That's what you said.
No, I said if he can't communicate and he's causing you pain, it's time to go. Because you ain't never gonna get. You can be together but alone if someone doesn't talk to you and doesn't communicate on your same level.
Miss Cat, that's enough for a woman who's dating a man to leave, but that's not enough for a woman who's married to a man to leave. Gang, nigga. Gang.
That's another show.
Tribe shit. Gasmasktribe. We're gonna filter out that bull. That's enough for a woman who's dating a man to leave, but that's not enough for a woman who's married to a man to leave. Gang. Because if that nigga got a porn addiction, it's your problem. Gang, people, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If that nigga got a porn addiction and you're married to him, it's your problem. You need to fuck him more often. Sometimes y'all didn't know, Teddy may need to fuck 17 times a day. Can you keep up with Teddy's endurance? Hey, sometimes, Martha, she wants to fuck 16 times a day. Brad, can you keep up with Martha's sexual endurance? Sometimes people don't study the person that they're with. You got to know who you're with. You got to know if this person likes this or like that. We spend too much time being infatuated with a person and be like, oh my God, I love them. I'm going to go ahead and get just married all in there, a bliss. Fuck all that, people. Know who the person you with. Sometimes y'all be sleeping with serial killers and don't even know you sleeping with a serial killer.
Or somebody has mental problems.
And then you birth a Columbine child. You see what I mean? Fuck that. You got to know who you're with, people. Know who you're dating, know who you're with, and understand that by the time you get married to this person, if it's worth it, you're going to work it out, right? This old Draya, and I think she's foul, but she's smart. She was foul, but she was smart. To all of you that's tuning in right now, I do not send bad vibes to Draya. I send her blessings to the beautiful child she's going to have. Is it kind of weird? Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. It's
it is not weird. It is not weird.
Kind of a little awkward for me.
They love who they love.
What?
You need to get a new meme. He is like 2 years old. He is too.
Damn!
10 years old. Upgrade.
People, thank y'all so much. Miss Cat telling me I got to upgrade. You know what's crazy, Miss Cat, before we head up out of here? Tomorrow, this place will look so much different that, I don't know, maybe if you wanted to come over to the studio, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I smoke a lot. I be smoking.
There's the construction on the wall to the right.
I know. You see it? I'm trying not to show it, Miss Cat. Dang, you putting it all out there. Really, Miss Cat? Damn.
I'm just saying, people been seeing it.
Not really.
You trying to upgrade. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Meanwhile, my cousin's showing me booty. Booties.
Yeah, I like to be in smoke-free environments.
Yeah, I know, Miss Cat. So I'm gonna have to work on. I'm gonna have to put some air fresheners in here for you, whatever. Because we be smoking. You gonna come out here, contact high like a motherfucker. We be big smoking. We be big smoking. You know what I mean?
I only want to be full of the Holy Spirit. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I don't want to be filled with nothing else. I'm gonna come over there with some anointing oil and just start slaying it all over the place.
Hey, don't burn my house down. All that anointing oil. Like Miss Cat, you burning my. People, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all, man. I gotta get up out of here. But thank y'all. Welcome to another great episode of the Gasmasktribe TV Podcast. Hope you guys got some out of this. Hope we gave you a lot of perspectives. Hope we was able to help you filter out that bud. You know what I mean? Hope we was able to keep you entertained. Please, if you just now missing the show, please go to the beginning and watch, comment, let us know what your thoughts are. We would love to know. You know what I mean? We would love to know. Me and Miss Cat would love to know, especially Miss Cat, because sometimes I be, you know what I mean? I have to show her sometime what gang is. You know what I mean? People, thank y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed one. Me and Miss Cat, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all be easy. And make sure you subscribe, mother lovers. Woo!